Yeah. All kings on the throne.
It's all of us. You are not alone. It's a brotherhood.
What do you define as a brother?
When we're down, we help lift up each other.
Camaraderie is rare like no other.
Real men raising the wind makes us tougher.
Together,
The brotherhood. The brotherhood.
HS Brotherhood.
Welcome back to the Brotherhood podcast with me, HS Open Wounds, and my bro, Joey Tory. Mm-hmm. How you feeling today, fam?
I'm feeling great, bro. Feeling great, man. You good?
I'm alright, man. We still had a long day.
Yeah.
But we still here.
Right. We did a lot of work, but there was also a lot of fun involved as well. So I feel good, bro. Yeah.
So today, this episode, we gonna talk about warriors in and out of the workforce.
Yep.
Now, I'm a guy that was a working man, and I had tried to keep my job, but HS started to really get real bad, and I tried to stick on, and then I ended up being working man to being disabled. And that transition from being in the workforce and being out of the workforce and trying to change and live like that is a lot of changes that I had to adapt to in things. And Joey here is still a working man while having HS. So we just gonna talk about the dynamics of being a guy that's still working with HS, and now I'm a guy that's not working while having HS, and just talk about that thing. So you want to start off with,
I guess I'll start off. So as my man Parish was saying, I'm still working a full-time job. For those who don't know, I work as a public safety team leader in a school, and I've been at that job since 2010, and I do enjoy working there. It has its challenges like any jobs. I would say my primary focus of the job is like communications, interacting with people, making sure that people feel safe and feeling welcome, and also making sure my team feels good, making sure they feel seen and heard, and giving them everything they need in order to be successful public safety officers. And I enjoy the atmosphere. But, like I said, it comes with some challenges, especially as an HS warrior. HS can be super unpredictable.
Yeah.
Like, so you can get a flare any given day. There's many times I've went to work during a flare, and, it was just a struggle to get through because HS impacts not only your body, but your mental well-being.
Mm-hmm.
And the job that I work, like, I have to have, like, a focus because I'm a public safety officer, and the number one thing I have to do is look out for other people. So there's many times I struggle with like how will I be able to do that at 100% when I'm not feeling 100%. And especially being in a team leader role, it feels like there's a lot of pressure on me sometimes because like I'm the leader of the team, and sometimes I feel like I don't have it in me. But I can't really like take a step back from that because that's what I get paid to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be sitting here fronting like it's not a struggle at times. But thankfully now, like my coworkers and my team members, like I'm very vocal about my HS. And they're super supportive in ways that I didn't always see. Like I said, I've been at that job for 2010, but like I would say probably two or 3 years ago, we kind of got like a new crew and stuff, like higher ups and stuff. And once I vocalized my chronic condition to them, they were like super supportive. So I'll give you an example. So we wear a uniform, obviously. And how the uniform looked was like a polo shirt that had a reflection strip going around it, from the chest to the back and around the bicep. So the one on the bicep, the reflective strip around the bicep was so tight around my bicep that it was starting to cause me to flare. So I went to my supervisor and like, listen, man, you got to help me out. As you know, I live with HS. It's a chronic condition, and he knows about like the details of HS and stuff. And I'm like, this uniform, it's killing me, bro. Like, it's making me flare. Is there anything we can do? Probably within 2 weeks, they ordered special uniforms that were more breathable around the biceps, more flexible and stuff like that, just for me. So, they made some accommodations. Anytime I had any type of grievances or complaints due to my HS, I was lucky enough to kind of like get a substitute that can make, you know, a little bit easier for me to perform the job. And if I, because normally I control the dispatch, so that means I'm there 8 hours sitting down. So if I need to go for a walk, I can just call for relief and stretch my legs and get the blood flowing and stuff.
Okay, so, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
How long have you been at that job for you to be able to, you know, get those accommodations for them to just do it? Because I know at my job when I was working it, they really wasn't that free to just do that for me. So like, how long did you have to, you know, work there to get that type of relationship with the job for them to make those?
Yeah, so like I said, I've been there since 2010, but I really didn't start receiving those accommodations until like 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh. Okay.
And part of that is because I kept my HS a secret, you know? And maybe some of that is my fault because I wasn't always comfortable talking about my HS, especially at my job. I wouldn't even know if they would be open to that back then when I started at 2010. So it wasn't the entire duration that I've been there since 2010. So I definitely got to thank, you know, the new guys that came in and just having a open mind and a kind heart. And I'm just grateful to have them as part of my support team because it wasn't always like that.
Yeah.
And another thing that I struggle with is like not having enough paid time off, you know. So I always feel like I'm in a constant battle of like saving my PTO because I don't know if HS is lurking around the corner and I may need to call out, you know. So that's one major thing that I struggle with is not having enough time and just feeling like I can never catch a break sometimes, you know.
Okay. I feel that. Yeah, I've been in that situation. Yeah, because when I was working, like I had it to where they would do the point system thing. Like I would say, like you call off, you get a full point. You come in late, you get a half point, and you only get like 5 points a year, and that add up. You know what I'm saying? Say if you get a flare that's taking a little long to clean up,
right?
You got a certain time frame that you could get ready for work. You're on a routine. But say like you get a flare and you like waking up at your certain time. Like say I gotta like clean the flare a little bit longer. Now I'm gonna be late to work. So I've gotta save those half points. And when they add up so fast, it's like dang. And then when I say I get to 4 points and it's only February. Like that first month I was having so many flares and I'm like, now I gotta really work while having flares, so I gotta worry about getting fired because I'm using all points. That was tough that I remember having to deal with.
Yeah, that used to weigh heavy on me as well, just constantly thinking about if they're gonna kick you to the curb because too many absences.
Too many absences.
Like, it's tough because you live with this chronic condition that you can't control a lot of the times, and you want to feel like you're successful and go to work and earn a paycheck and stuff. And I don't know, do you ever felt like it took away from your masculinity or made you feel less of a man and stuff like that?
Hell yeah, it did. And then like speaking about feeling less of a man, I felt so much less of a man when I had to stop working and I got on disability. You know, and that changed from that with the struggles I had to deal with financial, the money thing. Because I was so used to getting a certain amount of money that when I got out of the workforce, it's like you got to spend money differently. You know what I'm saying? I had to really learn how to stretch my dollar, especially when it comes to food. And I don't know about y'all, but I know it's expensive to eat healthy.
Yeah.
And then having HS, sometimes we try to stay on the healthy wave, but it get expensive. And I would try to figure out ways that I could buy healthy things because I wasn't getting a paycheck. You only get a certain amount of money a month. So it's like I go from having money to where I could just order out whenever I want to.
Right.
And now I only get one check to where I'm trying to space it out. I only got $50 a week for some food because I'm still trying to pay rent where I'm staying at. And it's like, hold on, $50 a week ain't gonna cut it because you can spend that in a day.
Easily.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I gotta worry about food. And then it's like driving. If you got a car, why you have to work for it? I could put gas in my car any time when I was working. But now I'm disabled, all right. I gotta think about how far I want to drive, how much gas I'm gonna keep in there to change that struggle. And then it's like, all right, I can stay in the house whenever I want to because I'm off, I'm disabled. But it's like you get what they call it, the cabin fever or something.
Cabin fever.
Yeah.
Stay home too long.
Yeah, you stay home too long. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna try to get out and go. But I'm thinking, I got 3 appointments next week. I gotta drive myself to the doctor. I don't really got money to pay on gas.
Right.
So I gotta think I can't go nowhere until next week. So I'm just stuck in the house. You know what I'm saying? Until I go to those appointments. And then sometimes, every time you go outside, you spend money. Even if you try not to spend money, you're gonna spend money.
Especially in this economy.
Yeah, so it's like, now I'm thinking to myself, I only got $20 for this week.
Yeah.
I can't spend no more than that. But I gotta go outside. And say like the car, something might happen to the car, break down, you try to get an Uber. Those are struggles that I've been having to deal with now. And knowing how Uber prices be going crazy. And now I gotta figure out, do I wanna eat or do I wanna go somewhere?
Yeah. So just to kind of recap what you said, not having enough money because sometimes you're not able to show up for every day of your shift, which takes away from the paycheck. And then when you get your paycheck, it's shorter than what it usually is. So now you got to pay for gas, and if the car's messed up, you got to do the Uber, food, and everything else. So yeah, you know, finding that financial, balance. Yeah. That's tough as an HS warrior.
Yeah,
that's one of the many struggles we have to face. Like, always constantly spending money that we don't have into the condition in order to make us feel better. Yeah.
And then like saying that, buying wound supplies and stuff too.
Another, right?
Yeah, because you might be leaking less for this week, but next week you might be draining more, and now you got to buy more supplies. It's like, and then I know when it comes to supplies with me, I try to space it to where if I do gotta buy it, I space it to where I could use it once a day and have it like that. But then you know them days where you gotta use more, and then it's like, oh, I'm running low. And I don't like running right out of supplies and then having to go get some. I like to still have some.
Stockpile.
Yeah, stockpile. Yeah. But then sometimes when you don't got money coming in like that, you're trying to reserve most of it. So it's like you're not using the same amount of gauze that you should be using because you're trying to save it. And that's the struggle that is hard when you don't got money coming in.
Big time. Another struggle that I want to talk about is like embarrassing moments at the workplace. I know I've dealt with a ton of them because, like I said, I've been at this job since 2010. As we all know, HS leaks. It emits an odor. So, like, how many times? Like, I know there was countless times. Like, I'm at the job sitting in a chair. And we're probably in a meeting, and I'm just thinking to myself, I swear to God, if I get up and there's a stain, oh my man, just take me out right here, Lord, take me out. And you know how many times that joint doesn't happen, bro? And no one ever said anything, but sometimes they just looked at me and their face would say it all, and I'm just like, yo, just get me out of this place forever, bro. Get me out of here. Like, you know, worrying about like staining furniture, making odors, and people probably, you know, being super insensitive, like, oh, what's that smell? Like, what's going on? You know, you need to shower. Just saying a lot of unsolicited comments and stuff. Like, have you had to deal with that? Because like I said, there's countless times I have memories of that happening to me. And me not even knowing how to respond properly, because how do I get into it? Do I just disclose that right there and then? Like, I have a chronic condition, like that I don't even fully understand. So I'm going to break it down to the next person. Like, I'm struggling with something that I don't fully understand and I don't know how to completely control at this moment. So give us your insight.
I dealt with that like when I was bouncing. I was doing security. I was bouncing every weekend at like this upper class restaurant / bar. And this one, it was on my face a lot. And I couldn't hide it when it was on my face. So I had to wear gauzes and stuff. But I will always try to make it to where the gauze will always be white. To where people wouldn't ask. Once they see blood and yellow stuff on there, that's when they start asking questions. Right. So I would just hope that it wouldn't drain a lot while I'm at work. Right. But, you know, you can't control that stuff. So sometimes I just be, you know, still working at the door. And shit is like, dude, can't hide my face. Right. So I noticed people just keep looking at me like, all right, you go. And then they walking by. I'm like, what are they looking at? And then sometimes they come, what's that on your face? And I'm like, oh no, it's just nothing. But it's color. It's colors there. And then it's like, I don't know if they being nosy or if they really truly want to know what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So then I'd be like, oh no, it's nothing. And that would make me feel like, damn, man.
Right. I want to crawl in the hole.
Yeah, crawl in the hole because I'm like, I'm in a spot where I got to show my face. But it's like, once they see the blood and stuff on there, I'm embarrassed by it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know that being at the door and having pus and blood on my face, on the gauze pad, while I'm seeing people, that everybody coming in looking good.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here feeling nasty because I got stuff coming off my face. It's hard being like that at the door.
I feel you because not too long ago, I said probably 3 years, like the HS was getting crazy on my face too. Like I showed you pictures and videos, like bro, and like you said, being in a job where you have to interact with people face to face, you just like you can't even focus properly because like even if they don't say something and they don't make a funny face, you know
what they see. Like, you see that.
Stop looking at me. Stop looking at me. Like just hurry up, get out my face type of thing. And yeah, it's a struggle living with HS and being a warrior in the workforce. What are some of the things you think like if someone's watching this and they're a warrior in the workforce, do you think it's a good idea for them like to disclose with like their higher ups, maybe HR or their supervisor that they're living with this condition? Like, you think that's a good idea for them?
It's a great idea because when I got into the meat factory job, I told my boss right off the jump because previous jobs I was hiding and then I would have to tell them eventually. And then when I tell them, they're like, oh, well, you don't look like it. So this job, I told them right from the jump of what HS is. Some days I'm going to be out. So I say, tell them.
Okay.
Even if they don't understand, show them pictures or tell them to look it up. Because once I did that, my boss was like, oh my God. Okay, Parish. And then he started, doing certain things for me, giving me a little leeway because he understood. So having that go right from the beginning, that's going to be the best bet because you don't want to keep trying to hide and then you start doing things to where the job wants you there. So it's like the days you can't be there, ain't no skipping around it or trying to lie and stuff. Be honest. So them days where you really have a flare and you can't go in or you real fatigued or real tired, your boss will understand that call off. And then if the job will already know if you can't lift up a box or whatever type of job you do, they will understand because they know. So I say tell the higher ups, the HR, whoever, tell them about your condition and how it's affecting you. And if it does affect your job, let them know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
What about we talked about some of the embarrassing moments.
Yeah.
Are there any other mental health challenges being a warrior in the workforce?
In the workforce?
Yeah.
I mean, wanting to perform at your best.
Right.
That challenge, because I know while I was working, having my HS, I would always be the guy that did everything. I was the guy to come. I was the fastest at every job. I was everything, bro. I was cutting the meat. I was chopping up. I was butchering. I was running the line. I was the guy that knew about the numbers. I was doing everything in that thing. So it's like when I couldn't do it, that was hard on me because everybody kept coming to me. Hey, Parish, I need this. Parish, what do I do? Parish, where do I go from here? They looking at me for guidance, and I'm like, I can't even do it. So that was hard on me because I couldn't help my team out. And every time I was out of work, everything went downhill. And then when I go back, it's so much workload because everything went downhill. So it's like going from being the guy that's loved to work and is a hard worker, and when I can't do that, that's hard on me. Because, as a man, we be wanting to be as best as we could be.
Be providers, be there for people, be reliable,
Yeah.
show up when they need us.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we have to take a step back and be like, we need ourselves.
Yeah, we need ourselves.
We shouldn't beat ourselves up like that because, we're human too, regardless of our gender. So it's like, it's okay to take a step back and be like, yo, I need to take care of Joe. I need to take care of Pete right now in order so I can come back at 100% and take care of my people too.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Because then you might start going crazy trying to keep up with, trying to be at that top tier worker while you still messed up, and then it's going to catch up to you, and then you really going to be shut down, and your brain really going to mess up. Like, I should have just took that time off when I should have. But no, I just wanted to keep boom, boom, boom. And that's going to be hard on your brain because when you get home at night, you'll be thinking like, well, I got to get up and do it again, and I can't, but I still got to go. So it just go catch up to you.
So in other words, slow down, people, when it comes to the rat race.
Mm-hmm.
Take a step back, take a breather, and just keep in mind it's a marathon.
It's a marathon.
It's
No
a
sprints.
marathon.
No sprints.
And I want to talk about also like how you said you started off as a warrior in the workforce. You weren't a warrior in the workforce, and now you're like slowly getting back into the workforce with the advocacy. Like, so how does that feel for you now? Like,
oh, now it's so much. It's better for my mental,
right?
Because when you going from being depressed and sad all the time and staying in your room, laying in bed all day, that's all you know. It's only so many shows you could watch. It's only so many video games you could play. It's only so much liking and commenting you can do. It's so much you could do just sitting there looking at the ceiling. That's all you know. So me getting back into just doing advocacy is giving my brain something to do. It's giving me some movement. It's giving me life, and the transition is helping me get back to what I know. It's helping me feel better. It's giving me life. That's really what it's doing. Like, because I thought I didn't have a life when I was down like that, depressed for all those years. And it took for me to mentally be ready to jump back into, because I knew it was going to be work, especially once after I took that course when they were saying, if you jumping in this, be ready for everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, I told myself, all right, you got to be ready. And me having to change my brain from not thinking to thinking.
Right.
It took a while. It took a while because before I used to forget a lot of things.
You was out of the loop for
out of the loop. Even being in a house for so long, it felt like I was in jail because when I got back outside, I'm like, dang, this costs this much? Oh, people out here really walking around. Oh, I ain't see this building. When this building get built back up? I felt like, everything was new to me outside. And then I went from always staying in Buffalo to now I'm seeing so many new things in different cities and stuff. And it's like, it motivates you to just keep going. So, jumping back into this now, it's like this advocacy work is like really showing me a different side of life. And it's all because I took that change and wanted to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I see it, bro. Like, I see how much structure it's brought to your life.
Yeah.
It's brought routine. Like, this
routine,
time, like, we're on the phone just having, like, a bro talk.
Yeah.
Like, all right, geez, let me jump off the phone and get into this video. I gotta
do the video. Like, just like you said,
work mode.
Yeah, man. Bro, like the routine thing. When you go from not working, you don't have a routine. You're waking up whenever you want to. You're going to sleep whenever you want to. It's no structure. And putting myself back into a structured thing, like I'm gonna wake up at this time. Doing those little things helped me get back into this because I didn't know. Being on time for things. I had to put myself to say, no, I'm going to be on time. Just saying I'm going to wake up and shower by 9 a.m. That was helping me ready to be up that, when somebody or your boss or somebody say, hey, you got to be here at this time. I don't like being late for anything. So it had to start with me, with myself saying, I got to put myself in a routine, eating at a certain time, fasting to a certain time. Just little things like that will help to getting back in the routine.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. Like, what do you think would be like a dream job for you, or what's like a dream job for like a HS warrior?
A dream job for me to be able to still share my story and touch other people in the world. That's my dream job, to go around just telling my story and helping out other people that was in the same situation as me. And whatever I'm doing can help them get out of that bad situation for themselves mentally and get back to living life. Because I know when you get in that sad, depressed time, you don't even want to live. But it's possible to get out of it. And I did. And I just want to share my experience of how I got out of it. And hopefully that can just get somebody else to get out of that situation and get back to life.
Yeah.
That's my dream job.
I feel you on that, bro. And as for me, I feel like I'm kind of living my dream job.
Let's go.
I'm doing it part-time, but who knows what the future holds. Hopefully I'm able to do the advocacy full-time. But I love it. Like, I feel the difference when I'm at my 9 to 5 right now. I'm just like, and this is not to downplay that job because I'm appreciative.
Yeah.
It keeps a paycheck coming in, and there's a lot of great people that work there too. But it just feels unfulfilling. Like, it feels like I'm taking so much time away from my purpose. And my purpose is to help other warriors feel less alone and let them know, like, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I need something more than just a paycheck. At this point in my life, it has to be more than a paycheck. And advocacy does that for me, because when I see people get happy and start changing their lives off of the words of encouragement that I gave them, and they finally realize, like, they're the ones that's doing it, that's the biggest paycheck I can ever receive, man. So I'm just grateful to be in this position, be around people that I can trust, that I love, and they love me back. Like, I felt the love even before last night, bro. I'm just grateful and blessed to be in this position, and I'll continue to work hard and educate myself and help educate the community, and hopefully inspire hope to others. Like, yo, you can take control of this condition, bro.
You can.
Yep.
You can.